Laura Grisham here with Laura Grisham Designs. Today I'm going to work on another turkey wreath. I've got one behind me that you see, and his tail is done with a peculiar type fold that I don't know. I may have made it up, or maybe there's a name for it. I still don't know, but there is a video on YouTube to make this particular turkey tail. Well, yesterday I made some more turkeys, attachments, and this time they're on wood. So anyway, if you're interested and you want to make your own turkey using my turkey attachment, you can find the link for that. They're available in my Etsy shop or on Shopify. Order early because I'll have a cutoff date because last year was terrible. Anyway, let me show you what I've done so far to get ready to put this little fella on a board. I have taken a large Unique in the Creek board and had it cut in half. And you can see I have burned in extra holes. I went around, and I don't know if I'm going to use them all, but I wanted to have them there in case I did. So as I'm making it, we'll discover what holes I will use, and then I guess in the description box, or that, yeah, that's where I'll put it. I'll tell you exactly how many holes I used on each row, and where I burned them and stuff. But you can see I pretty much made it where I could go all the way across the board, all the way. I like the holes close together. I'm not really the shared holes. The petals seem to slip out of the between, because they're so far, the holes are so far apart. So I like to go ahead and burn them even if I'm not going to use it. My other dilemma, or really not a dilemma, it's just a matter of making up my mind, is what mesh I'm going to use. Now I know I'm going to use this. This is a fabric mesh, and it's in it's in a like a golden brown and moss green and stuff, and so I want to use it. I think it'll be fun. It looks like this. It's got a really nice sheen to it. I've been dying to use this for my turkey, but I don't know what else to use. I know I'm going to use some blue. Now I know turkeys don't have blue tails, but my turkey has blue eyes, so he needs blue in his tail. So we're going to use some blue somewhere. Yellow and orange, probably. And then I have this pretty, this is leftover stuff, but I have another roll of it. This burgundy plaid fabric mesh. I think it might be interesting to combine the two plaids and also this particular color. My plan is we're going to use daisy chain petals, so that'll incorporate two meshes right there, and a 3D daisy petal also. I think those are the only two petals that we'll be using. But anyway, I will be combining these colors somehow as we go along, and of course at the end we'll know exactly what I've done. So let me get to playing with some of this mesh, and I'll be back in just a little bit and show you what I've got done. See you in a bit. Well, welcome back. I have a dilemma. I cannot decide what I want to do. I'll bring you down and let you see what I've done. I have made all kinds of petals. My turkey could be the coat of many colors, or I should say tail of many colors. I have got Gerber petals in golden green plaid, and then burgundy plaid, and then I've got 3D daisies in a turquoise blue, again in the burgundy plaid, the brown plaid, orange, excuse me, and then I tried daisy chain petals. Here's a peacock blue and orange, gold and the brown plaid, the brown plaid and a moss green, a different blue, a turquoise blue with the burgundy plaid, the peacock blue with the yellow. I mean, I could make a colorful turkey. I'm really not sure what to do yet. So, and I like color, as you can tell. I mean, I do. So I'm just gonna play with it. And when I figure out exactly, when I get it at like maybe halfway done or something, I'll be back and I'll show you what I've done. It doesn't mean you have to do it this way, but I want to play around with this. We'll see what happens. I'll be right back. Okay, I've made one decision. I like this burgundy and cream, whoops, that burlap. It's a burlap plaid mesh, and it is looks like this. This is what it is. Okay. In case you'd like to use this too. It's 10 by 10. It's a polyester mesh, and I've cut it in 10-inch, squares, and it is a little bit hard to work with because it sticks to itself, but I love the way that it looks, so I'm kind of gonna go with it. We're gonna make Gerber petals with it. So I'm fighting with this one. I don't know if I want you to see how to do it with this particular piece right here, but let me bring you down and show you kinda what it looks like. All right, here we go. I have taken my piece and I have tried to put it into a diamond. Well, let me see if I can do it a different way. You can see how it sticks to itself like that, and there's a string there. Maybe if I try it this way. Okay, I'm going to fold it into a diamond. I'm going to try to fold it into a diamond the best way I can, okay? Let's see. There we go. All right, that's going to be all right. We're going to take it, we're going to stretch it like this. And when you do this and this side kind of pops up a little bit. And you can fold it, fold it in like this. Stretch it some more like this, and then fold this side in. You want this to be like a point, okay? And I think I measured these at 5 inches. Let's see. If I put it right here and I put my zip tie right there, that is just a tad over 5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to take a little 6-inch zip tie and zip this puppy in place. It's really a skinny looking Gerber petal, but considering I'm working with some mesh that I cut a long time ago, so maybe that's why it's not behaving really well. All right, we can put this on the board. I counted it up, and I had burned extra holes in this in row 1, and there will be 16 petals in this first row, this outer row, 16 petals. So whatever you decide to do, it helps when you put the zip tie in, go in the right direction. Whatever petal you choose, whatever pattern you choose, you'll need 16 pieces for row 1. All right, at 10 by 10, or I don't know if you do a different petal. I was thinking about a reverse tuck, but boy, that would take up some mesh now. Okay, there we go. Zip that in place, and that's what it's going to look like. Kind of like it, right? Let's see here. If we take, I think maybe this turquoise and orange, and put it right there on row 2. Let's see what happens. I only have one of these made up, but let's see what it does. Oh, that's a nice clash right there. Or not clash, but and you need to turn it where your fold is down too. So let's do that. And then if we put the yellow and brown plaid in front of that, like right there, I think that's pretty darn colorful. I like it. I think this is what I'm going to do. So what you're going to need, if you do what I'm doing, or whatever, if you do Gerber petals on row 1 and daisy chain petals on rows 2 and 3, you'll need, let's see, get this on here. Okay. I had thought about digging through some ribbon, but I actually did look through my ribbon, and I couldn't find anything that that just screamed at me. So you will need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, I didn't get it. I didn't get it, y'all. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you're doing daisy chain, that means you'll need 24 pieces on row 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 pieces for this third row. Now, when you get your turkey, if you're using my attachment and you put him on, I don't know. We see how I think that's going to show. If we pull him down some, like I want to, it looks like we're going to have to put a few petals, something, right here on this row right here. In the past, I believe that I have done Star Trek petals, but I'm not sure. I mean, maybe we could do something like, maybe do a 3D daisy petal there in this to kind of keep that pattern going. Oh, I don't know. Need some more blue. Maybe this one. I don't think so. I'll figure it out. We'll be back. Well, hello, I'm back. I've been gone, got my hair cut, and been playing with this turkey tail for quite a while. I decided that I'm going to do a combination of Gerber petals and 3D daisy petals and daisy chain petals. I'm going to be using this moss green mesh. I purchased it at Hobby Lobby, and it feels different, and it folds. It's called a soft poly mesh. You only get 6 yards on a roll, and it's kind of expensive, $10.99. But you know, when you get it at the 40% off, or when they have half off and stuff, that's when I buy this. I really like this color, and I like this mesh. But I'm going to be using this. What I did, let me just bring you down so you can see. What I did was I did my Gerber and 3D daisy petals in the burgundy and cream plaid mesh that I showed you earlier. And when I folded them, or put them on the board, I should say, I alternated, of course, but I made sure that my 3D daisy petal was on top, of the Gerber petals. And I'm doing the same thing in the moss green, but I skipped row 2. I didn't need to put anything there, so I burned all those holes for nothing on row 2. But anyway, this is what he's gonna kind of look like, and I really like that. Now, when we get down into here, it's gonna be touchy on whether or not it covers this little piece of the board and this particular piece right here. If I may stick in some Star Trek petals in yellow, maybe. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see how it goes. But let me show you. Let me get my little turkey out of the way here. Isn't he cute? My little sheep thinks so, doesn't he? Okay, let me show you how to fold a Gerber petal. You take your square piece of mesh. with your finished edges on the sides like this. You turn it into a diamond, and I always turn mine this way, okay? You make a triangle, bring the bottom up. You want your sides to kind of match up as best you can, all right? I turn it sideways, and then you're going to stretch it. That's one thing about this mesh that I really like. It stretches really well. You're going to go ahead and fold this over like this. And I like to hold this right here because I like a sharp point on my Gerber petals. And then you're going to fold this piece down, okay? If you cross it just a tad, you'll get a nice little point, okay? And this is what you end up with. It looks like that. We're going to gather it. And there we go. All right, it looks like that on the back side. I'm going to, take a 4-inch zip tie because this mesh is very thin. You know, it's not thin, it's soft. So it's easy to zip tie. So anyway, I've got it, one Gerber petal. Now, let me show you the next one I'm going to do is a 3D daisy petal. And I'm going to use the same color. I've got my finished edges on the side. I'm going to turn it into a diamond, the whole thing. I'm not going to fold it into a diamond. I'm going to turn it into a diamond shape. Then I'm going to pull the bottom in towards the middle, like that. Take the top and fold it in, crossing over, okay? So you want this point and this point to be across from each other. Then I turn mine this way where it's vertical and fold it over, okay? Fold it over where these corners match up. Pinch in the middle, pinch in, and get your whatever size zip tie you want to use. I'm going to use a 4-inch again, just because I have a ton of them. I need to use them. Okay. All right, there we go. Now you know that I have a ton of zip ties, a ton of 4-inch zip ties. All right, now to do the 3D daisy, we're going to take this, and you can, if you need to put your hands in it like this, then that's fine. But you're gonna gather the, well, not gather it. You're gonna take these two ends right here of the fold, and you're just gonna, if you want to, just match them. Just match them up, and you're gonna go underneath, like right through there, and zip tie that. I'm gonna use a longer 6-inch zip tie this time. If I can get this zip tie. Where is it? There it is. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and close it, not all the way, because I want to play with this a little bit. I want to get this in the center. I'm going to pull this zip tie up as far as I can and zip it. Okay? Just like that. And it's going to look like this. All right? The other side looks like that. And this is the side that we're going to put on the board. On some of my wreaths, I've seen people do this, and it's real popular right now to put a bead on this particular zip tie and use this side of the petal. But for today, we're going to use this side, the side that gave it its name. Okay. So I'm going to take my pliers and my wire cutters and clip these zip ties. So I've got a Gerber petal and a 3D daisy petal. Whoops. Okay. And I'm going to trim these two a little bit. Excuse me. Okay. And we're going to put these on the board. Let's get our little turkey over here. I'm going to move him out of the way. We're on row 3 right here, and I had burned in extra holes. Let's see, on row 3, there, I can't remember. 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're looking at 10 petals here. So we'll have 5 of each one. So we're going to go in through here. And we're going to follow a pattern. With the top row, with row 1, I started with the Gerber petal. So on row 3, I started with the 3D daisy. So, and I'm just alternating. So here's the Gerber petal. That means I need to add the 3D daisy. And I'm going to put it right in. And I'm going to put it where it covers the side of the Gerber petal. Okay. And when you're working with this, remember this board it's arched. It's half of a round board. So your petals are going to go, this one's going to be up higher than this one. So it's okay. It's supposed to be. Don't try to keep them even. Next comes a Gerber petal. So we're going to go right in there. Okay. And I'm going to put this in. And I'm going to pull this one forward. Put this one in. And there she's in. And that looks pretty. I like this color combination. I spent quite a bit of time playing, trying to figure out which mesh, what mesh I wanted to use. I didn't think it would be that difficult for me to figure out what I wanted, but it took me quite a while. I think that you know how to do a daisy chain petal, but I'll get my mesh together and I'll come right back and show you how to do that. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I wanted to show you too one more time what I was using for that back row of petals and for the daisy chain petals on row 2. This was the plaid cream and burgundy jute that I showed you earlier. And then I was using, this is just nothing but burgundy deco mesh, plain regular deco mesh. And I'm using this for the outer part of the daisy chain petal. So I've got my mesh burned now into pieces. And I'm going to take a piece of the burgundy first and show you how I do a daisy chain. Let's bring it down. Okay, we're going to take our mesh, and it's curl side up, finished edges right here. I'm going to take it and turn it into a diamond and fold this up. And this particular mesh, believe it or not, measured out at, so I cut it at 10.5 because that's what it measured at, even though the roll said it was 10 inches. So it behooves you to check and see. All right, and everybody knows deco mesh is harder to work with, so bear with me. We're going to take this, and we're going to take our tip right here, and we're going to fold it toward the middle. Take your thumbs when you're working with deco mesh, and it's real wiry feeling. If you'll take your thumbs and put them right here, and then fold down and kind of hold that to keep it from separating. All right, now, here's where I differ a little bit. I take mine at this point, instead of folding down again this way, I go this way. To me, it's easier. And you get the same effect. Okay, I'm going to take my clip it on the folded side, not the opening side. Clip it on the folded side. You'll see why in just a minute. Okay, I'm going to clip all the way down because this stuff does not want to play right. Okay, there we go. We have this strip. Now I'm going to take a piece of my cream and burgundy plaid, and I'm going to do the same thing with my finished edges here, curl side up. I'm going to turn it into a diamond shape and fold it up like this, matching my edges like that. You can see how much better this one is, easier to fold because of its jute and it's more pliable. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take this tip, fold it down, and then we're going to fold this up. All right, like that. And you could clip this if you wanted to. but I am not going to. I'm going to turn it sideways like this, making sure I'm holding it in place so that it doesn't unfold. And I'm going to flip it over like this. This is going to be the inner part of the daisy chain, okay? So I have this. I'm going to just take my little bitty zip tie, and you could rubber band it if you wanted to, but I prefer to use these little zip ties and hold that in place, just like that, okay? Looks like that. Now I'm going to take this piece that we have all the clips on, and I'm going to take it with the folded, this open side down. You can go ahead and make a little U shape like this. And then, actually, I'm going to cut this before we go any further because it's going to get in my way. I'm going to take this, I'm going to make a U shape with it. And then I'm going to take my plaid mesh, and I'm going to make sure that the opening, the folded, where it's the open part, is facing towards me. You can go the other way. It's just I do it the same way every time, and that way I don't get mixed up. And I'm going to just fold this into it, just like this. Just fold it in. You can take this clip off. You want, with the daisy chain, you want this inner piece to be as far up to the top as you can get it. So take off your clips and just kind of work with it a little bit, and you'll get it. And there you go. It looks like that. Okay. I'm going to take a 6-inch zip tie this time and zip tie this. Okay, right about there. Okay. Clip your tail there. And we're going to cut off some of this excess. There we go. All right. And then we're going to put it on the board. I'll show you how to do that. We're going to go right here on row 2. And there are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. I think that's right. Maybe 7. I doubt it. I think there's 6. I'm going to go in. I remember I burned extra holes so that they would be closer together. All right, now I've got my daisy chain petal. Notice this is the side that I want against the board. See how this is the open side? This is the side I want facing up with the fold right here, okay? So I'm going to go right in here. I want to make sure I cover up this stuff right here, the green. I want to make sure I cover that. And go right in here, snuggle it in there, and zip it up. Okay, just like that. That's pretty. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do that again. Let's see if I counted right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 6 daisy chain petals. And then I need my 1, 2, 3, 4 more of my green petals. And then we will see if the turkey can go on without adding a Star Trek petal to hide all of this right here. We'll see what happens. We'll be back in a bit.
Well, I've had some trouble with my audio, so I'm going to have to do what I never thought I would have to do, and that is to put everything in fast forward and then kind of dub the sound over. So I'm going to see what I can come up with. Well, right here I'm bringing the camera down, and I am talking about putting styrofoam, a piece of styrofoam on the back of the attachment with some super glue. I will tell you this, I did learn that adding super glue to the back of styrofoam is not a really good idea. So I suggest strongly that you go ahead and hot glue that styrofoam piece on the back like I'm doing right now. That's best. I then took 2 cable mounts and I put one above and one below the piece of styrofoam. inserted a chenille stem, and that's how I will attach it to the wreath. I'm gonna demonstrate again how to make the daisy chain petal, and then I'll show you how I put it on the board. I also added another petal, and basically that's it. Anyway, we'll slow this back down because there's one more message.
Hi, Laura Grisham here with Laura Grisham Designs. I wanted to take a moment to show you what I did with my turkey wreaths. I have two of them here, and one of the problems that I've had has been when you hang them on the door, they'll fall forward, and so your wreath is kind of leaning at an angle like this. So what I did was I put a piece of styrofoam on the back. It was about an inch thick, I guess. Not very thick. I'm looking for something to measure with. But anyway, you can see I added another piece on. And when you hang this on the door with the see how it leans forward. Can you see that? When you have it this block of styrofoam, it helps hold it so that your turkey wreath stands flush against the door and isn't leaning like this. So I did that with that one, and I picked up this one that I had done before online, and I added a styrofoam block on the back. When you purchase, if you purchase a wreath from me, I will have the styrofoam already on there, and I'm considering going ahead and putting it on the attachment itself if that is what you order. One other thing that I did with this, excuse me, this particular wreath is it bothered me when I looked at it. It looked just wasn't balanced. This part of his tail right here, this piece wasn't there, and so it it didn't match up. So I added another petal here. I had to squish it in there, but it balances now. So I'm really pleased with it. But I wanted to tell you those two little things before you made your own turkey or whatever. Again, thank you so much for joining me, and happy wreath making. Bye.